The upcoming entry of Cadillac into Formula One for the 2026 season is not just another expansion of the grid. It represents a rare and significant opportunity in a sport where securing a race seat is one of the most competitive challenges in all of professional motorsport. With Cadillac bringing 2 new spots into the championship, the driver market has shifted slightly, opening doors that were previously sealed shut for many. While 2 additional seats might seem minor in the grand scheme of the 20-car grid, in F1 terms, this is a seismic moment, one that has already sparked a flurry of behind-the-scenes activity as drivers, managers, and sponsors scramble to position themselves for a place in the American manufacturer's debut campaign. Cadillac's arrival has been met with overwhelming interest from across the motorsport world. In the early stages of planning their driver lineup, the team reportedly had a long list of as many as 15 potential candidates. These were not just speculative names. Many came from credible F1 backgrounds, while others were well established in the feeder series and endurance racing. Over time, that extensive list has been narrowed down to a much smaller pool of serious contenders. While the team is in no hurry to make formal announcements, the process of refining their selection is well underway. At the heart of their strategy lies a clear understanding. Entering F1 from scratch under a completely new identity is one of the toughest assignments in the sport, and success will hinge heavily on the strength of their initial driver pairing. Cadillac's leadership understands that at least one of their inaugural drivers will need to bring proven Formula One race experience to the table. The task of building a competitive team from the ground up under new technical regulations is not for rookies alone. The drivers they choose must be capable of providing accurate, high-level technical feedback, managing the complexities of race strategy, and adapting to a car that will inevitably go through rapid development phases in its first years. This is why Sergio Perez has emerged as one of the strongest candidates in the conversation. With 285 Grand Prix appearances, 6 career wins, and a peak season of finishing runner-up in the Drivers' Championship during his time at Red Bull, Perez offers exactly the blend of pace, resilience, and experience Cadillac needs. His career has been defined by his ability to extract maximum performance from machinery that was often not the fastest on the grid, particularly during his Force India and Racing Point years. Perez is also known for his outstanding tire management, a skill that has won him races and could prove vital under the 2026 regulations, which will introduce new challenges in managing hybrid power and aerodynamic efficiency. After parting ways with Red Bull at the end of the previous season, Perez initially took a step back from the sport to spend time with his family and reflect on his career trajectory. That pause has seemingly reignited his motivation, and he has been actively exploring opportunities for a return to the grid. Multiple sources indicate that he has held discussions not only with Cadillac, but also with Alpine. Cadillac in particular offers him the chance to be a cornerstone of a brand new project, potentially on a multi-year deal that would give him both stability and a leadership role in shaping the team's competitive future. His strong following in Latin America and connections to major sponsors, including billionaire Carlos Slim, add further value from a commercial perspective. For a new team looking to establish a global presence, that market appeal could be almost as important as his on-track credentials. Another high-profile contender is Valtteri Bottas, a driver whose career record speaks volumes about his consistency and adaptability. With 247 Grand Prix starts, 10 wins, 67 podiums, and 20 pole positions, Bottas has operated at the sharp end of Formula One for nearly a decade, most notably as Lewis Hamilton's teammate during Mercedes' dominant era. His outright pace is proven, and his calm, methodical approach makes him a reliable developer of machinery. Bottas is no stranger to Cadillac's leadership, having shared a close working environment with team boss Graeme Lowdon during their time at Sauber, where Lowdon was involved in Zhou Guanyu's management. That familiarity could prove beneficial in establishing trust and communication from day one. This season, Bottas has been deeply integrated into Mercedes operations as a reserve driver, attending all races, participating in engineering briefings, and contributing to car development with a clear eye on the 2026 regulation changes. His 3 years of experience running Ferrari power units during his Sauber stint also align perfectly with Cadillac's initial technical partnership with Ferrari before their own power unit arrives later in the decade. Like Perez, Bottas has not limited his options to Cadillac. Alpine remains a possible destination, and the Finn has openly expressed that he is not ready to close the chapter on his Formula One career. However, the Cadillac project has clearly piqued his interest, and from the team's perspective, his blend of speed, technical input, and professional maturity makes him an attractive candidate for their debut season. Early speculation had suggested Cadillac might opt to field an American driver in 2026 to bolster their home market appeal, but this appears increasingly unlikely for the initial campaign. The priority remains experience and proven capability, especially under the demanding conditions of new regulations. That said, the team remains committed to developing American talent for the future. For now, the shortlist beyond Perez and Bottas is believed to include Zhou Guanyu, Felipe Drugovich, and Mick Schumacher. Zhou's connection to Lowdon through their Sauber days makes him a known quantity, and his time with Alfa Romeo demonstrated both pace and composure under pressure. Drugovich, the 2022 Formula 2 champion, has been part of Aston Martin's development program for over 2 years and brings his own financial backing. Schumacher, after losing his Haas seat in 2022, has rebuilt his career as Mercedes reserve and is currently competing in the World Endurance Championship with Alpine, while actively lobbying for a return to the F1 grid through Cadillac. Cadillac's leadership, including Lowdon and Chief Technical Officer Nick Chester, both seasoned veterans of the F1 paddock, understand that assembling the right driver pairing is as critical as their technical preparations. While they're not rushing the process, there's a recognition that having at least one confirmed driver before the end of summer would greatly assist in feedback for car development. This means that while public announcements may not be immediate, behind-the-scenes negotiations are likely to intensify in the coming weeks. The team must balance the advantages of locking in experienced talent early against the need to fully evaluate their options as the driver market continues to evolve. What makes this story particularly compelling for Formula One followers is the rare window it opens into the complex decision-making that shapes a new team's entry. The combination of technical ambition, commercial considerations, and driver availability creates a dynamic puzzle that Cadillac must solve before the first race in 2026. Fans and analysts alike will be watching closely to see whether the team opts for a pairing like Perez and Bottas, which would offer immediate stability and credibility, or whether they take a calculated risk by blending experience with fresh talent. In either case, the choices they make now will set the tone for their competitive trajectory in the years to come. Cadillac's entry into Formula One is more than just a new name on the timing screens. It is a test case for how a manufacturer can build a competitive operation from scratch in the modern era, under intense technical regulations and with the eyes of the world watching. The drivers who line up for them in 2026 will not just be representing a team. They will be carrying the weight of an entire project's reputation, commercial ambitions, and competitive hopes. For the likes of Perez, Bottas, Zhou, Drugovich, and Schumacher, the opportunity is career-defining. For the sport, it is a rare and fascinating moment where the creation of something entirely new intersects with the careers of some of its most intriguing characters. As the pieces begin to fall into place, one thing is certain. The driver choices Cadillac makes in the coming months will be talked about well beyond their first season and could influence how quickly they rise from newcomers to serious contenders in Formula One. McLaren, faithful the home of authentic Formula One storytelling. I'm Mr. Papaya, an independent Formula One journalist and passionate voice behind the visor. This channel delivers in-depth race analysis, breaking news, driver insights, strategy breakdowns, and honest opinions across the Formula One grid. If you're a die-hard Formula One fan, you're in the right place. Here, it's not just about what happened, it's about why it matters. From team dynamics and on-track rivalries to behind-the-scenes politics, I unpack every angle with clarity, heart, and a touch of papaya passion. Expect content that's personal, professional, and always fan-first. Join the conversation. Subscribe to become part of a growing community of Formula One lovers who want more than just headlines. They want truth through the visor.